how did he fare according to your report card? This majority leader.
Mitch McConnell got an F.
Mitch McConnell, I'm sorry, what was that?
Mitch McConnell got an F.
According to your report card, the majority leader in the U.S. Senate. Is that right? Is the same Mitch McConnell we're talking about here?
Same Mitch McConnell. So, and we wanted to be very clear that when we were doing this report card, it wasn't about parties. We're not about parties and politics. We're about truth and representation of the facts. And the facts are that Mitch McConnell voted against the American values and the constitutional principles and the financial stability more than he voted for it. And so he's going to be called out regardless of what party they are.
I feel like people have been saying this for years, but right now it really does appear that the Republican Party as we once knew it is totally dead, and MAGA is here to stay. As this mother points out, the far right is absolutely turning on Mitch McConnell, someone we all thought was the kingmaker, the master puppeteer, the genius behind the GOP for so long. And it's not just voters. This cratering of support for the Senate Minority Leader is happening within Congress as well. Look at him openly disparaging Senator Lindsey Graham's handling of his federal abortion ban announcement.
Will you put this on the floor of the Senate for a vote, or will you commit to leaving this issue entirely to the states?
Well, with regard to his bill, you'll have to ask him about it. In terms of scheduling, I think most of the members of my conference prefer that this be dealt with at the state level.
For context, Graham announced this after McConnell made it very clear he wants abortion legislation sent back to the states. Graham and McConnell were both shrewd, calculating, vicious politicians who initially rode the waves of MAGAism into Washington, D.C. And now it seems McConnell is getting totally left behind. There's even more damning evidence to this growing rift. Here's Donald Trump himself saying that Mitch is officially on his bad list.
And, I was never a big fan, but he turned out bad. To make a statement like that. So I endorsed him, and he ended up going up, and he won easily once I endorsed him. If I didn't endorse him, you wouldn't have to even be wasting your time talking about. He's not good, and we're going to go through him, and then we'll have to do something. Later on, we'll have to do something with him. We have to put up with him for a period of time, but eventually he'll be gone. He'll be gone.
We'll have to do something with him. That is the KGB-like rhetoric Trump is using about one of his former allies. I mean, how much closer to sounding like a mafia boss can you get? I assume he means he wants to get someone else in as minority or majority leader, but I'm not altogether sure that a murder is off the table either. For legal reasons, that is a joke. Republicans are being forced out of their own party by Trump, and I know we all hate to give the Mitt Romneys and Lisa Murkowskis any credit, but I'm starting to really miss the old party. Trump said in that video that his endorsed candidates are batting at 99% in their primaries, which is only a slight exaggeration. As I've reported, of the 10 Republicans who voted to impeach Trump, only 2 are likely to remain in Congress. And of course, we have to mention the shady Democrats donating gobs of money to MAGA candidates because they think it'll be easier to win against them in the general election. That is wrong and immoral, no question. The logic behind that does seem to be paying off for Democrats. In many races, for example, Sarah Palin's loss in Alaska, Democrats do seem to be doing well against those Trump-endorsed candidates. And in many ways, it seems like these midterms actually aren't going to be a battle between Democrats and Republicans, but Republicans and Republicans. It's really strange and an unprecedented situation that, I'll be honest, kind of is a bit of a relief for those of us on the left who are starting to see huge gains for the Democrats while the GOP utterly combusts. And I'll happily stay on the sidelines for that one. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.